Yo, 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 yeah, we back in it, y'all. Yeah, turn up, y'all, turn up. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I think we pretty much done posting this everywhere. We back on another live. Yeah, let's cook this stuff up. Let's cook this shit up. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Thanks for being here. It's another episode of Hypocrite Nation. Yes, a lot of people are mad right now. A lot of disgruntled MAGA boomers and young punks are very mad at Mr. Trump over this damn White House visit. We go pull up some comments and we go analyze people's brains because I think they overreacted. And then again, I think a lot of people wanted to see a gut punch, y'all. Because this is what he allegedly said that he was going to tax the white folks. But Donald Trump is supposed to look out for the white folks. But I'm pretty sure that he got the talk of his life behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure it got worked out behind the scenes. I don't think this shit going down. I'm gonna be honest, because guess what? There ain't gonna be no federal funding if this shit go down. But people wanted a gut punch. People wanted a live gut punch. That's all. They both conducted themselves and behaved themselves well. Because guess what? They gonna have to work together anyway. All right? They're gonna have to work together anyway. And why not make amends in front of the American people on the world stage? All right. But that's what he allegedly said. And allegedly he's a communist. But we also seen him in a top hat family. We see Mandami in a top hat. So, like I said, they got that Israeli connection. Trump has that Israel connection. Okay? But like I said, when you talking about the one world order, yeah, it's one word. It ain't just America, y'all. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. Okay? Go read your Bible, man. Go read your Bible. They basically acting out the scripts. They are acting out the script in real time, family. But like I said, some say they call it some of his supporters is calling him Hypocrite Nation. Some of his supporters are calling him Hypocrite Nation. Now on the back end, guess what? Candance Owens is freaking the fuck out, y'all. This is what she said. She's on the run. And I told y'all this a long time ago. We made episodes about Candance Owens propping herself up to be a political prisoner, y'all. We done did about 15 episodes on this topic. We was away ahead of the game a long time ago, family. Now you got a couple people talking about this as well, and we might chime in on a video, but allegedly the Macans, yeah, they got that hit piece out on Candance, and I told you, didn't we tell y'all Candance was going to end up like Charlie? And didn't I say she was not going to have the protection of the Israelis to protect her? Okay, because Because like I said, when the elite wants something done, they go get it done. The thing is, guess who they got away with? Princess Diana. If they could get a hold of Princess Diana, Candace Owens is chopped. And guess what? I blame her supporters. Her supporters didn't stop her. Supporters that kept on egging her on. So if you was a part of egging Candace Owens on, I think you should, I think you should go with her. If you are a Candace Owens supporter and you believe Candace Owens, if you have faith in Candace Owens, you need to go with Candace Owens and Charlie. You don't need to be no damn Trump supporter at all. Trump ain't for you. Trump ain't for everybody. Okay, let's just make it clear. Trump ain't for everybody. And like I said, a lot of white supremacists they exiting the building. They exiting the building. They don't like seeing Mandami smile with Trump. They don't like it. And they are crashing out in real time. We call them panicking, y'all. And the Hodge twins, they on ice too. We gonna go over a video about the Hodge twins. Y'all believe them too? All these gunks, y'all believe that? Yeah, we call that hypocrite nation, family. And some of y'all watching, y'all might be hypocrites too. It just is what it is, man. And I'm glad hypocrite nation is showing this ugly face because guess what? That gets a lot of people out the way. That gets a lot of people that was not serious about their craft out the way. That gets the imposters moved to the other side because, like I said, there is a global reset going on. The currency is the information, the knowledge, all of it's getting reset. Why do you think we got AI coming out? Why do you think there's AI and all these other devices coming out? Because you're in hell, okay? And we're in a dark age, and guess what? You need artificial light to even hold your own light, or what they call the Israelite family. This is the call-in show. This is the call-in show. And the comment section is wide open. Don't be a hypocrite tonight, because we caught y'all red-handed. A lot of people backpedaling, y'all. A lot of people on edge. And like I said, a lot of people that went with this dude right here, Dark MAGA. Yeah, they went with Dark MAGA. And now you're in hell with Elon, or who they call El Eliante. El Elyon. He's the Hebrew god El, okay? And y'all trapped in his damn Saturnalia matrix. He got y'all too, but Trump had to use him to further progress the future, as they say, okay? With this technological world of Zionism. And we ain't going backwards. That's the whole point of progressing. We ain't going. See, some of y'all boomers and young punks, y'all want to live back in the 90s, and but it's gonna be more technological. It's gonna be like the 90s, but it's gonna have big tech. It's gonna have a lot, it's gonna have that 90s feel, but Star Wars is going on in the background, family. You see how everything was futuristic in Star Wars, but the shit looked old, like they was, like they just walked out a damn nuke, like the place been nuked, like they had to start over, and they had all this futuristic technology, but everything else looked old. And guess what? You could tell by their attire in that movie that they were like damn near homeless, even like those Mad Max video movies. Real shit. Yeah, I think it's about to happen again. Especially if they cut off the grid. Now, people can't live off the grid. People had to be trapped in this net and this brain computer interface technology. They had to interface with the beast every day. The beast is considered the phone or the cube of Saturn or the Kabbalah the cube of Allah. Okay, it's the same deity. That's why you see them in the same picture right here. Y'all don't understand the demiurge. Like I said, we already done seen Mandami in a fucking small hat. And some disgruntled boomer said it was AI. I said this motherfucking picture ain't AI. We already proved it wasn't AI. Let me pull this up. Excuse me. We already pulled this up, y'all. And Trump, he ain't gonna say too much about the Jews. He ain't go bash them, because guess what? Jews don't bash each other in public, y'all. They just don't. They don't talk bad about, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, we all know what's going on with the unorthodox. It's unorthodox and orthodox. And guess what? They don't like each other too. There's an infighting in that shit too. So everybody got infighting in their own damn race, but some people know how to clean their shit up better than others. Okay? And they want to get the shittiest individuals out the public eye. All right? And that could be by many claims. We already seen that in 2020. All right? 2020 was a mass extinction event, a plague that took place. And guess what? Now people are taking pills, more pills because of that. Maybe they didn't die. Maybe their heart didn't pop. Maybe they didn't have a sudden stroke like you thought they would, but they gotta take pills that cause other stuff to happen, y'all. Ozempic. You might have diabetes. You eat a hamburger and you'll gain 50 pounds. You might have gout in your foot. Like little shit happen, like high blood pressure tripling and shit. So all that stuff is going on a microcosm level, but you just don't hear it. You just don't hear it. You hear it inside the family when people are gathering around, like, oh shit, you hear about Uncle Mike? He got a tube in his fucking stomach. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what happened? I don't know. It's just they said Doc said he wasn't eating right, but in 2020, yeah, he was on butt. Family, I ain't gonna say too much. We gonna say his name, Flip Flop Fauci. Flip Flop Fauci. I'm flexing in DC. I'm dripping like I'm saucy. Yeah, it's Flip Flop Fauci. I'm gonna have to upload that song again. 2026, I promise y'all, man. I had to sit back and take a break because of this shit going on, man. I had to sit back and say, I shut the music down and I said, let me just work on my YouTube page again because this is my third YouTube page. Just know they try to chop me down early. I had a fast start, but right now I'm just mellowing everything out, just scoping everything out because as I predicted, everybody was gonna take a big fall. And I said, once everybody get this downfall coming through, boom, 2026, I show y'all the visuals. Yeah, you're doing it big this year, next year coming in. But yeah, let's continue. Candance Owens on the run. MAGA Fury over Mandami White House visit. But like I said, we pulled up. Let's pull this up. We already talked about. See, a lot of people are optimistic about this shit too. So you got the young. I think he's like 33 years old, same age as Christ. Same age as Christ. What a coincidence. 30, I think he's 33 or 34. But anyway, New Yorkers praise Zoran Madonna. They said Staten Island didn't vote for his. They said Staten Island is Trump County. They didn't vote for his ass. because he said he was gonna tax them white folks. That's what he gonna tax them white folks, and he gonna bring them immigrants in. But I'm pretty sure Trump warned them if you bring any immigrants in, he gonna have them National Guards in New York. So he's gonna be on his best behavior. But meanwhile, they go still try to take 45 and 47 out the picture. Okay, they still trying to get him. Okay, because he's doing it a third, fourth, fifth term, y'all. I hope y'all know that in the next few years, a lot of Democrats, a lot of people are gonna be surprised that Trump is still in office, and people go question why is he still in office? Because the Democrat Party is a national threat at this point. It's a national threat, and I don't think they can defeat those in court. I don't think they can beat that in court, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. So now we got somewhat of a dictator, as you can see, in a good way. Like I said, Trump ain't for everybody. So let's get into Candace Owens. Let's get into Candace Owens because she's on butt, y'all. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. No, I didn't. Hold on. All right, here we go. My bad. I had to wait for it to load up. I had to wait for it. All right, here we go. Right here. Let me. Sorry for that. Everything ain't gonna be perfect. At least you got a real human talking to you. I don't like. See, when I go on YouTube, man, I see these AI generated videos, but it's the content creator. He just syncs his voice to AI, and they just type in the summary, and it just talks for. I cannot do that, y'all. I can't do it. They take a shortcut. A lot of people take shortcuts. We gonna do this the long way. So let me pull. Oh, I could have just switched to that. Let me share that instead. So this is from this is from Ryan. I forgot his last name. Ryan Matter. Ryan Matter. And he's kind of an independent individual. He's a very optimistic character. See, the thing is, that's the problem on the hard right. They're not universal, and they don't believe in diversity. And I can understand why, family. Because if you pull this up, look what this shit says. The majority of all U.S. children are of color. The white majority will soon disappear forever. And you know why this is taking place? And you know why people are freaking out? Because things like this. And you want to know why certain individuals are freaking out? Because the whites do not want to become Africans. It's called trading places, family. They don't want to be on the boat. See all these white folks on the boat coming to America? This is Jamestown 1590 out this bitch. So, what are they going to do? Bring more whites to America. As you can see, Trump already did it. More Afrikaners, more Afrikaners, more farmers. It's called trading places, man. And we'll deep dive into that later. But like I said, let's get into the video. Let's get into the video footage. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it's all right. It's all turned up. Let's get it.
So it's very rare that I ever feel like Candace may or may not be afraid for her life at a level where like the threat is exceptionally high and she's taking this very seriously. So she just sent me a message and she gave me permission to report on this. And I just want to read what Candace has been working on that she believes like is like the right over the target and why there's now a hit on her head at the highest levels. And it looks like President Trump over here is going to let.
And like I said before, man, I told y'all she was gonna make herself a political prisoner. And guess what? I got cussed out for it. Yes, I got cussed out for it, y'all. I got cussed out, belittled, damn near shunned. But y'all see the logo out this bitch. I bleed this shit for real. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what fuck going on. I'm telepathic over here. We report on it, we summarize it, and guess what? Everything's recorded, fam. We got over 1,000 episodes. For verification, and talking about we they talking about they just now over the top. We been on the top. Didn't we tell y'all somebody was gonna get Charlie? Did we tell y'all that certain individuals weren't gonna be able to go on certain campuses and places of institutions just to speak in the name of free speech? We said that shit wasn't gonna pop a long time ago. We said that shit was gonna die down. Now Steve Crowder, he got to wear a bulletproof vest. You seen Steve Crowder? Hold on, we about to pull it up. What up, a human being? Good made to show. We can't tell our children who to fall in love with. We sure can. They go picking. See, we picking and choosing. But the thing is, what people fail to realize through all this political theater, nobody worked on themselves. Very little people worked on themselves, family. Did you notice that? Did you notice that? People were so wrapped up in politics, they did not take time out to learn anything new, build any families. See, when stuff happen, pop up like this, and we talked about this too, because Elon Musk's dad said he put a red flag on this, fam. And we go keep an eye on these numbers because I'm very concerned about what they're doing, and I think they are also lying with statistics. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are lying with statistics, and guess what? They know how to trick a lot of people. Yeah, we call him the god of the tricks. Tricks are for kids, and people will believe every word because the word was already written. And what do we say about Candance Owens? We said the Macron. We already said she won't go keep on talking about them damn pecans. You cannot sprinkle that much dirt on. I'm gonna give you an example. We gonna give you an example. We gotta give you a perfect example. Do y'all want to watch this first? Let's watch this first. I ain't trying to hop all over the place, but keep that thought because I'll forget. And I'm gonna show you an example of somebody talking shit about particular people that went bye bye right after. Yeah. And if you tapped in, put the name in the comment section of who I'm talking about. If you really tapped into this movement, you already know what actor I'm talking about. And she took a big nosedive because she kept on talking about particular people when they was in power. Who are these people or this particular person? Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it because I don't want to forget. I'll forget. She was said Big Mike. She's talking about Big Mike. Said they was the first fucking transhuman humanoids out this bitch. You said, yeah, we got shapeshifters in the White House, and then 2 days later, she had pneumonia. And Vinny Vici out this bitch. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Let's get into the video, family. Shouts out to a human being for tapping in. For tapping in tonight, y'all. Let's get it.
Let the Israelis attempt to assassinate Candance Owens. If there's even an attempt on her life, and Trump isn't taking this at the absolute highest level, like he is the most disgusting.
I'm gonna tell you why Trump ain't taking this serious. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Trump is not taking this serious because she has disgraced his name. And when you're dealing with Trumpism, you cannot talk bad about 45 and 47. You will be cursed. You will be cursed. See, the reason why Trump is still walking around right now is because he has a covenant over his head. He has a cut. He knows the right people. You know what I'm saying. He know how to be in the right spots. He be in and out. See, Candance Owens, she's just a skinny black woman with hard facial features that walk around on campuses, just like Charlie Kirk, just like big head Charlie Kirk. His head was a target, and they wanted to squash this watermelon. They was hoping they get his head so they could squash like a damn watermelon, like Gallagher out this bitch. Okay, they wanted to see his head pop, y'all, and I told y'all they wanted to see 45 and 47 head pop, but guess what? Trump is a time traveler, so that didn't happen. He's not a time traveler, y'all. He was actually Johnny Come Lately, and allegedly they said the plane was following. Yeah, the Egyptian plane. That's what Candance Owens said. Was following them around the whole time. Who's in that damn Egyptian plane? Isis, Ra, and El, Egyptian deities. Egyptian deities. And guess what? There's nobody at the Charlie Kirk show. When you talk down on 45 and 47, you will get cursed, family. If you bring up Epstein's files that was debunked over a decade ago, you will be cursed, family. How many times I got to keep on telling y'all this? You see hard face, SpongeBob face? SpongeBob got canceled because she wanted Epstein's files that been debunked. If you are a true 44, 45, no, fuck 44. Who was 44? Joe Biden or Obama? One of them fucking cockazoids. I don't know. If you go against 45 and 47, you will be cursed. I don't understand. Y'all haven't seen a trend in that? This is why we can't. This is why one of the reasons why I became a Trump supporter. Cause I was like, damn, they keep on lying on dude. I said they keep on lying on Brody. I said, man, what if somebody lied on me? I've had people lie on me before, and I didn't like it. If he was really a criminal, he would be locked up, like the Democrats said he would. The Democrats said he was going to be locked up. Come to find out, wasn't true. Now they are capitalizing off the Epstein's documents. That's giving them all kind of trending topics. That's giving them all kind of trending topics, and guess what? In return, they making money off old shit, y'all. We wasn't when we was talking about the Epstein files, we weren't making no money off that. When we was breaking that news, they didn't believe it. And they looking at us like we're stupid. Y'all know what I'm saying? So if you just now bringing this shit up, I know you bandwagon. If you just now worried about J.E., aka Jeffrey Epstein, you Johnny come lately out this bitch. And guess what? All those people was just chasing trending topics the whole time. Things that have been debunked before for 1,000, Alex. Oh God. Let's get this bitch. Let's get this bitch up off the screen, Candance Owens. Son of a bitch. Let's get it.
Dirtbag, antichrist piece of shit that we've ever had for a president. So she sends me a message and she said, I had not put two and two together of why the White House got so involved in the Bridget story. It never made
You see, this dude right here. You see, he like be hating on Trump, calling him the Antichrist and shit. But he's not. He's not anti. He's not anti-human though. He's not anti-human. There's a big difference. Anti-human, antichrist is anti-human. He's pro-life. He's pro-life. This motherfucker don't know the binary code out this bitch. Okay? Now the thing is, there's levels to this shit. Next thing you know, he might be hooked up to Neuralink. Cause I think he was Dark MAGA at one point. And guess what? Dark MAGA loves El Eliante. They love Elon Gates. They love Elon Gates. And who is Elon Gates? Elon and Bill Gates family. Elon and Bill Gates family. This episode is sponsored by Mar-a-Lago Red Theater. By the way, make sure you support the channel. Let me get this motherfucker up off the screen. Hold tight. Hold tight. We're gonna go right into. Wow, really? Don't tell me. Okay. Damn, StreamYard be acting funny sometimes. I gotta get me a new streaming service. Should be lagging and all that. Man, let's get into it. Shouts out to a human being. But yeah, let's get into it.
sense for Sergio Gore to be so invested that he called me screaming about it and for Trump to call me about it. It's because she is a Mossad asset, meaning the chick with a dick is a Mossad asset that I accidentally stumbled upon to a bigger story than I had realized. It is specifically what I had been researching in my Becoming Bridget season 2 that caused the panic. I had stumbled upon the oddity in the Bridget family.
Now, the thing is, what was so important about Bridget McConn's body parts? Like, what was so, you know, captivating about the body parts? And I guess she tried to make it seem like it had to deal with some child, uh, trafficking type shit. But once she doubled down on the body parts, it became a problem, you know. And the thing is, we have a beast called Big Mike here. She didn't emphasize a lot on Big Mike. You start here first. Mm-hmm. She worried about the raw penis family. She was worried about the wrong penis family. And you know I'm telling the truth. She went all the way to fucking Paris, France to talk about Macron's penis when we have Big Mike sitting somewhere in a cave. Probably Mammoth. She probably dwells in Mammoth Cave somewhere. Somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. Because some say she looks like a orangutan, and some say she's bald headed like EJ Johnson. Oh, so she skipped she skipped the line. She skipped the line. And because she skipped the line, she's fried. And like I said, basically she said this. Basically, she might as well just call Trump a damn pedo man. He's dangerous for the future of our kids. She ain't getting no protection. Do these people forget what they say? Because guess what? This is why we got a whole hypocrite nation episodes going on. Make sure you get a membership, family. Make sure, because we gonna go in deep. Because the gumps on the right are falling, the gumps on the left are falling. So we're gonna have an open lane to explain this stuff. And I think we're gonna do some video review of. We gotta go into that other video review. So let's continue. Sorry, guys. Let's continue.
Origin story. The alleged story is that the Trognuk family were a prominent family of generational bakers from the town of Amiens beginning in 1881 through to now uninterrupted. She said, but somebody had messaged me and made me aware that this is impossible. Nazis invaded and occupied Amiens during World War II. Virtually the entire town was destroyed during the bombing, and that the bakery hadn't survived. They had source maps and photos to prove that. She then went on to say that I was beginning to research that, and I stumbled upon paperwork which suggested that actually Bridget's family came from a high-ranking family of Nazis, and similar to
So she knowing all this stuff, but she wanna stick her hand in the cookie jar to gain what though? What is it to gain but lose everything? What is it to gain but lose everything, y'all? These are families. And I think Candance Owens is a part of one family. I think she got some type of protection because where's her husband from? Is her husband British? I think she part of the British Crown. I think she got protection from the British Crown family, and I think her husband is her handler because we never see them. And Candace Owens has an infatuation with white men. Shouts out to the white men out there who love black bony coochies. Because yes, some say Candace Owens has the body of a adolescent. Very what we call hard body. Yes, she does. She has strong facial features too, sir. And she's central casting. Yes, she is. And central casting, they have no protection. Who had no protection? Sir, Charlie Kirk did not have protection. Charlie Kirk was central casting. Oh man, we got so many episodes explaining this stuff, y'all, to a T down to a science. He was central cast. Erica Kirk central casting. So when I seen people join Turning Point KKK, I said, man, they compromised. I said they are really compromised, guys, and I don't understand why people don't see all this playing out. They don't see all of it playing out. So let's get it. Candace Owens on the run. She got money on her head. She got money on her head, and guess what? Hopefully, she got protection of the British Crown family.
Operation Paperclip in America, her family had been giving new identities and had their Nazi backgrounds wiped clear. She goes, that is the story I was working on before Charlie got shot. So now we know if anything happens to Candace, it's because Trump allowed it. And the saddest part is,
Wow, now they blaming Trump because if they assassinate Candace Owens, allegedly, it's Trump's fault, but she ain't got no protection. But when we pull these pictures up, she talking dirt bad shit about Trump. But you want his protection? I don't. Somebody tell me if this ain't hypocrite nation. Is this not? Is this not? Is this not hypocrite nation to you? Somebody tell me. Call lines is open. Call lines is open, y'all. This hypocrite nation for real. All right, let's get to the video. Back to the video.
That Don Jr. was supposed to be boys with Charlie Kirk. Don Jr. pretty much kicked off Turning Point with Candance and Charlie Kirk. He was right there side by side with them every step of the way, and they've already assassinated one of your best friends. And you're going to sit there and stand by, and you're going to keep your mouth shut, and you're not going to speak up when a leader of a foreign nation and his wife with the chick with a dick is going to put a hit out on Candance Owens, and you guys are just going to stay there silent with your mouth shut and not say anything. We know Benny Johnson won't say anything. Nick Sorter, Colin Rugg, Gunther Engelman, they're all going to keep treading water for the White House. They're not going to say a gosh damn word. But Don Jr., you could speak up. You could be on Team Candace, but you're not. You're on Team Epstein now. And it's so sad and pathetic to watch this all play out and watch your father's legacy implode in real time. And he's going to go down in history as being the biggest sellout in American history. If there was ever a traitor who should get charged with treason for what they've done and the lies that they've told and the way that they've manipulated our country and the American people, it's your gosh damn father.
So he had a mouthful too. And don't guess what, family? He might wind up like Charlie Kirk. Cause he got a lot of bad stuff to say about 45 and 47. And what did I tell you? What did I tell y'all guys about the curse of Trump? It's he has a perfect record. He has a perfect. I done seen people vomit out the mouth. We done seen people fall out in the White House. We done seen Trump get up and act like it didn't happen. We done seen reporters ask Trump about Charlie Kirk, and he just turned around and talked about the ballroom out this bitch. If you undermine the Trump, any person that undermines the Trump administration, they gonna have curse. They gonna have a curse on them. They gonna have a curse on them. And guess what? This is why Trump rolled that gold statue out at APAC, y'all. Y'all remember that? He rolled that gold statue out with APAC, and he had that magic wand. He had the witch's wand. Because guess what? The ancient MAGA, they used to walk around with one of those too, y'all. They used to walk around with a staff, and that is what they call the Ark of the Covenant, fam. Now let's get into another video. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Now I hope we don't get flagged. If we play this, I hope we don't get flagged. I might have to speed it up. Might have to speed that video up. Oh, and one more thing. One more thing. Guess who else getting busted? Remember this? Remember this story? We did an episode on. Matter of fact, we did an episode on this story, and shit, I got a few good numbers on that episode. We got a few good numbers on it. A lot of people tuned in, and like I said, they was go double down on it. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get rid of all this damn animosity, but then again, it's in the back of people's head too. And you can see why. You can see the correlation on why certain individuals I gotta say individuals because guess what? I cannot lump all white people together. Okay? I don't lump everybody together, but some people do. And guess what? When you lump everybody together, you end up being a part of hypocrite nation. Okay? You don't want to be a hypocrite in 2025 because guess what? AI already knows what to say. And I've watched certain individuals try to make AI racist. Yes, certain individuals on the internet will try to make AI racist to fit their narrative, and AI will not do it. So a lot of people have exited the building and made their exodus out the quantum computer, or what we call the IoT, or the Internet of Things. Family, that is the city of Zionism. Did you know that? You won't be able to lie or anything, or you're gonna make a complete exit like Candace Owens about to do. Candace Owens, they said pray for her, but I can't help you. I can't help. I don't know if she's a Christian. I don't know if she's a Muslim. I don't know what religion she is. Some say she's Catholic. I think we've seen her with the Talmud and the Quran. I don't know if she shares the same interests as Tucker Carlson, but she's a switch, or what we call a witch too. Candace Owens is a high level witch, y'all. And a lot of people that watched her throughout the years really believed everything she was saying. But now, when you fast forward, her followers are hypocrites as well. Once you lead, once you lead the way down the false path, you become a hypocrite and you become Johnny come lately, y'all. I told y'all this was gonna manifest. And I told y'all when it came, y'all was not gonna like y'all was not gonna like the outcome, y'all. You was not gonna like it. Who else became a hypocrite? Fake ass Hakeem Jeffries. Fake ass Obama 8.5 does not understand what he's looking at. And he was on the Epstein's files too, doing business. So this is why, and you wonder why I had to come out with the thumbnail Hypocrite Nation. Because this is the final revelation and this is the final straw. Now let's get into this other video. We got to speed this up too. We have to speed this up. And after this video, we go into the Hodge twins because guess what? They were part of the conservative pacifier program. They was there to make y'all stupid. I lost followers because I called out the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins would not repost a certain video of a certain individual exposing them. And it's very, very sad that they cannot upload this video. And this man is basically wanting this video to come out. And guess what? The Hodge twins are running scared. Hypocrite Nation. But y'all been watching these guys. I told you it's always the influencers because they in your head. It's called influence. They influence the vibration. They said the body is made up of 70% water, y'all. But in fluid, it disturbs the vibrational mechanisms within inside your body. these waters. It's set, you know what I'm saying? So when they disturb these etherical vibrations, you get very distraught. You don't know what's going on. You got to be baptized in these waters again. Yes, and some people have been baptized longer than others. Some people have been held under the water. Some people get some people drown when they get baptized, y'all. Because whoever's doing the baptizing is really choking your ass. Yes, imagine you going for a baptism and the person that's baptizing you chokes your ass out underneath that water. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very scary, I might add. But let's get into we got to speed this one up. We got to speed this one up, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna have to speed this one up. Settings, playback speed. Wait, hold on, let me speed this up. I think we straight. No, he ain't gonna let us speed it up. Okay, let's just do it like this, man. Let's just do it like this. Wah, wah, wah.
Served under Ford and Reagan. Or was it Ford, Carter, and Reagan?
Nixon, Ford, Carter.
You're famously known for actually having the instincts to pull aside Hinckley and question him, who turned out to be the guy who tried to assassinate Reagan. So you know where you're coming from here. You have
Exactly.
experience, and you're going to give my audience your professional perspective on all of this that's happening right now. So it's no doubt that podcasters, influencers, especially the people who are really out there blowing.
So, like he said, man, there's certain podcasters out there blowing up, but they compromise their values. For what? For what? Because guess what? I've seen I've seen people on Candance Owens thread calling her the N word, all kind of derogatory shit, and she doing it. Was she gonna go out like Martin Luther King? She thinks she the female version of Martin Luther King, y'all. They were calling Martin Luther King monkeys and niggers too. So I guess she gonna be a martyr or a political martyr for the conservative voice per se. I guess that's what she's doing, y'all. I guess that's her motive to be a martyr like Charlie Kirk. And then some people go make a religion out of it. You know that's what they did to Christ. They martyred Christ, made a religion out of it, made a mockery out of Christ. Okay? Made a mockery out of him. Mm-hmm. And who's responsible for that? Constantine, if you do your homework, Constantine is responsible for what we call the religion of Christianity through the Roman Catholic papacy, sir. This is why capitalism holds all the secrets. This is why Candance Owens, and Candance Owens said she was a Mason, a high level Mason, within Turning Point, within Turning Point. We pointed out all these anomalies, and people still went with the blasphemy anyway. They are blaspheming Christ every time they get on live, but people don't realize it. People don't realize. People didn't realize that we have never seen the back of. Oh well, the front of Charlie Kirk's kids. We always seen the back of their skulls for some odd reason. But nobody gives a fuck. Nobody seems to question the oddballs out. Trump don't even have. You see Trump's kid. You think he's more important than damn Trump, Donald Trump? God damn it! And guess what? We see Donald Trump's kids, grandbabies, and shit. You think his kids more important than 45 and 47? That we can't see their face? Is this Photoshop? Probably so. Because we went into Charlie Kirk. He's IV. He's a IVF. And when you're dealing with an entity that's a IVF, or what they call an immaculate conception, this is what the Jeffrey Epstein's file is all about. We already went into a decode about this, y'all. Yes, we are light years ahead of the average human being. Okay? We are light years ahead on this channel, family. Let's get into the video.
Blowing the whistle. They're a threat to the establishment. They're a threat to, certain countries, governments, especially when they don't know when to shut up. They just keep.
I gotta put out my disclaimer. I gotta put out my disclaimer too. Let me put out my disclaimer. Shouts out to Nino Rodriguez. So I don't know. See, I don't know about Nino Rodriguez. He's very entertaining. Okay, but some of them guests he be bringing up like Bo Peloni. He's a doomsday specialist. I told y'all about them doomsday prophets. Yeah, you want to listen to me either. The doomsday prophets are the ones that keep you in fear. Yes. Like, oh man, this is going to happen on this date. The moon is going to fucking break in half. All this stuff that's never going to happen. Because if you really read the Bible, you would know God was not going to destroy the earth. But he will build his new kingdom on earth. But nobody seems to question that, do they? Nobody seems to question how streets of gold, a physical object, can be in heaven. But no, you read the Bible. You do not decode the Bible, sir. And this guy with a mustache with a Secret Service hat, who is this fellow? Who is this guy, man? Because guess what? Real Secret Service don't wear Secret Service attire. They just look like normal white men. Yeah, I think Halloween ended a little late on this episode. But shouts out to Nino Rodriguez. Let's get it.
Going and keep going. Well, now we have a situation with Candance, and I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, folks, here. Candance Owens is blowing the whistle and saying, hey, I got contacted by, she says 2 days ago, she says contracted, but I'm sure she meant contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity of the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in the National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I hope I said that right. I'm told there is one Israeli that is on the assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they're all placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, the person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Post.
So the thing is, the same people, they got to whack Charlie and go whack fucking Candance. So that's some cold shit. That's some cold shit right there. And why are they able to do this? Because Candance Owens, she's central casting, and I think she IVF too. I think Candance Owens is a Cabbage Patch baby, and the people that created her can delete her and get away with it. I really believe that. That's like, you know, if you got a school project and you want to start over, you just destroy it. You're not gonna get in trouble for it, type deal. And I think that's what they about to do. I think that's what happens to certain people. I think they don't get rid. I think they don't get rid of real humans. I think they get rid of artificial humans who pose as real people. Those are what we call alienation, fam. That's what we call alienation. Let's get into it.
Sard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted since the source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information, which is definitive, verifiable, should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie Kirk's public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you truly. There's a lot there to unpack, but well, let's just break this down, shall we? First, folks, get your virtual shield. Virtual shield. Patriots 40 and up who have Gmail, listen up. Weeks ago, the biggest email hack ever. Identity to your phone.
With my background, I've dealt with death threats before, since before I was even Secret Service. So there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration. You cannot assume that it's not real. You always assume that it may be real, and you take appropriate action. I've already advised through certain methods in the last 45 minutes that you notified me of this. I've already reached out to several people. I've already posted an article on the Facebook account and sent it viral. That means everybody should be looking at it. A lot of other important people are looking at it too. I need to talk to Candance if she's hearing me, or if anybody has contact with her. I need to talk to her personally on a secured line, which I have. But the type of people that are involved with stuff like this, and then they contact you, she supposedly has a lawsuit that's pending. Maybe it's a defamation of character thing. That's a minor issue. You don't go around setting up assassination teams over it. That is an indicator that it's probably real, that what she said was true, and they're reacting and overreacting to it.
So Macron has a set of balls.
That's right. They need to shut.
That's what she's saying. She's saying that he's a he. That
So she about to get assassinated, or allegedly assassinated, over a set of balls. Over a set of balls, y'all. Like, you don't think that's like odd to you? You don't think that's very unorthodox? That she about to get hit over a set of balls, a ball sack, and a micro penis? Am I hearing this right? Somebody tell me if I'm tripping or not. Cause I damn sure ain't going out like that. Let me be honest with you. Because if she wouldn't have talked about the ball sack, she wouldn't have been in trouble. Maybe if she would have talked about the micro penis instead of the ball sack, she'd have been cool. But she wanted to talk about the ball sack instead of the micro penis. I would not be surprised if I woke up one day. I would not be surprised if I woke up one day and we seen some fucking headlines. But we gotta blame her followers, because her followers didn't tell her to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Her followers is just at fault. Because y'all didn't tell her ass to shut up. But some of us did years ago. We said Candance Owens is regurgitating stuff that the Nation of Islam was debating people on over 20 years ago on YouTube. I said, this bitch got a hell of a fucking hustle. And I ain't gonna knock her hustle. She got a lot of money off y'all gumps. She regurgitates NOI talking points. The brother Polites and shit. And brother Polite, he's locked up for pedophilia right now. Yes, he was. And he was a part of the NOI, or what they call the Nation of Islam family. But she just repeating. I bet she used to go on YouTube watched the old debates and then regurgitated the white people. That's what she did. That's exactly what she did. But she did not fool Mr. Trumptastic. She did not fool me because guess what? We have many episodes exposing central casting. Family.
Well,
Whole
so's
thing, I
Michelle.
mean,
So's
right,
Michelle.
right. There you go. So let's just leave it at that, Fluffy. But she's out there making these statements. So obviously, there's got to be where there's fire, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? I
Well,
mean,
of course. And I've already had confirmation on that thing about Michelle years ago. An unsolicited comment by a Secret Service employee I worked at in D.C. at the White House and other places. And this person just offered it up. So,
At the White House,
oh, you got confirmation? Oh, yeah. And then when that
you
person
got confirmation, huh?
when the Obamas went to visit the Queen of England, who I personally protected at the White House, what they do is they accidentally put a glass of water or wine. They may do a toast or whatever. Once that person picks it up, they got fingerprints on it. Once they take a sip, they've left saliva. They picks it up, who looks like a waiter, takes it back, puts it, bags it, sends it to a place close by. They could verify that's DNA from a male. Period.
Wow.
End of story.
And they
Damn.
did this?
Yes, they did that. That's they don't want to screw around. They don't want
I
to.
mean, isn't the fact that she's like 6'4" give it away?
well, yeah, a lot of other things too. But
okay, so let's get back to Candance here. So Candance definitely should be worried. Is this a warning to her? Do you think this
concerned
guy-
is the word I like to use.
And that's what he said. I think that's the reason why he brought up Big Mike too. Like, come on, like you should be worried about Big Mike's DNA instead of Bridget McConn's. And she talking about America first. America first would be Big Mike. Getting Big Mike. But I heard Big Mike does not have a micro penis. I heard Big Mike is working with 10 inches, y'all. Why you think Barry can't leave? Why you think Barry's not leaving? Would some of you women leave a 10-inch? No. That would fucking drive you crazy. Every man outside of that would be considered micro penis. Yeah. Some of y'all women, y'all hair's fucked up too. Y'all want the biggest cockazoid out there. And then when y'all get the biggest cockazoid, you can't go back down. You can't go back down again, or it's gonna be blasphemy out this bitch. Yeah, don't let me go into some relationship topics because we do that too. We do that on what's today? Saturday? I got shit to do tomorrow. What time is it? 9:37? It ain't too late. It ain't too late. I stayed up too late last night. I really did. I really did. I gotta get it. I gotta go to bed by at least by 11. At least by 11. But we ain't done yet. Hold on. Let's get into the video, family. Let's get into the video.
Don't over worry, but be concerned, be aware of your surroundings. I would have to go through a whole list of all the potential things to look at. I've done this before. I've told other people the same type of advice, and I don't want to give the list out over the air to give suggestions about what they can do, what they've seen me mention. But anything that she mentioned, I've already talked about. They've lied about the Charlie Kirk assassination. They probably got the wrong guy. It was a setup by possibly other outside countries. Therefore, the ones may have been mentioned.
Well,
Charlie
she says
Kirk and Candance are very close.
Go ahead, sorry.
Charlie Kirk and Candance were very close. And I'll go back as far as Butler, PA. They keep saying the damn name of Crooks. Thomas Crooks was not on the friggin' roof in Butler at the AGR building. That was a guy named Maxwell Urick who had ear gauge holes in his ears and nibbled the pieces of his ear. Totally different facial structure, et cetera, et cetera. And then they vaporized his body, cream.
And they said they vaporized his shit. Just like they did Bin Laden. Hold on. Because we got some more news. This dude, Ryan Matter, man. He said, we gotta look at, man, we gotta investigate these people, man. Dude said Representative MTG just ripped the heart out of every Q patriot in America. She said Q was an Israeli psyop. And I believe that too. We called that out too. That was part of the Patriot Pacifier program too. They had some truth and some lies in there. And guess who's pulling a lot of people's strings? Negative 48s. Negative 48 tricked a lot of people. Yes, they said they was gonna resurrect Michael Jackson and have him performing at the Freedom Plaza in Washington, D.C. I said, oh my God. No, it was in New York. And I think a couple of them met up. I think it's your boy Prime. Y'all remember Prime, the black dude, Prime Minister? He met up with Negative 48. I ain't seen his ass in a while. I don't know it. I don't know what happened to him. And there was a couple other people that went out there. I guess he resurrected their souls because allegedly Negative 48 died. Negative 48 died. You know, just crazy, y'all. Now, let's continue with the video.
It washed off the roof so you don't have DNA. And Chuck Grassley, Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, and the rest of them, all of them keep wanting to say crooks. They're lying.
But
I'll
what
say
would
it to it
benefit them
again,
to
they're
lie?
lying.
What would benefit someone like Cash Patel or Dan Bongino to lie? I mean, gosh.
Well, the first response is they're stupid. They didn't verify the information. They assumed the previous guy said that name by accident. They didn't check the DNA and the fingerprints and the dental records and the eyes are two different people. And they may be protecting a real guy named Thomas Crooks, who may not be in this country, as AKA, also commented by Tim Burchett, a congressman in Tennessee.
Hold on, we go into this. Because we can't just, they might flag the video. So we got to, go in and out. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up right quick.
And away we go. You guys, Candance Owens just posted that someone's trying to kill her. And not just anybody, the Macrons and the entire French government. She says, 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. What the hell is going on? She also states, further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. But it gets even weirder. You guys, a year before, to the date, someone actually made threats to kill Candance and her family, according to the New Jersey District Courts. And this person was identified as Haim Braverman, and then a year later, Charlie Kirk dies. Coincidence? Let's keep going. I mean, it is kind of weird. If you Google French intelligence agents or assassins, you get stuff like this. French ex-spy suspected of Congo plot shot dead in the Alps. And you get something like this. French intelligence agents charged in alleged murder plot. Not to mention, remember that Candance said that Macron's wife, Brigitte Macron, is a man. So if all this is true, it really makes you wonder if that is true as well. And once again, Candance is dropping breadcrumbs for us to pick up because she posted all this on the anniversary of JFK's assassination today, November 22nd. You can't make this shit up. Make sure you guys get into my Telegram and my YouTube, The Maverick Approach. But as always, let me know what you guys think below.
Yep, we got another one. We got another one, y'all. What's going on right now, man? A lot of controversy in this damn movement right here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Look what they said about Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's what Trump said. Marjorie Taylor Brown, because of plummeting poll numbers and not want to face primary challenger with a strong Trump endorsement, but she will have no chance of winning, has decided to call it quits. Her relationship with the worst Republican congressman in decades, Thomas Massey of Kentucky, also known as Damn. He be trolling. He master troll for real. Because he votes against the Republican Party and really good legislation did not help her. For some reason, primarily that I refused to return her never-ending barrage of phone calls Marjorie went bad. Nevertheless, I will always appreciate. You know what she wanted? She wanted to be in Trump's administration. So did Candace, man. And once they didn't get that phone call, they was very mad. They went the opposite direction. Y'all notice that? Mm-hmm. That's the reason why they are not in the administration. And they feel like they gave their little puny heart everything they could. But in reality, they did not do anything. But like we said, shouts out to NTG for doing all she can. She spoke up when things needed to be said. But that's a no-brainer. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. A new Photoshop of Michelle Obama is going viral as people start to notice. I told you she built like a damn hamburger. Let's get into this. She built like a broccoli spud. She got that joint tucked, fam. She got that joint tucked. Black ass belly button. Little boy hips. Let's get, oh God, man. And I know that shit stink. Long ass, oh, man. And she got that chip on her elbow, like Michael LeVar Robinson. Like Michael LeVar Robinson. Because he had that dent in his elbow too, sir. Oh, God. Oh, God. You make me want to vomit, sir. Mm, 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 mm. See, that's what Candance Owens really should have been talking about. But she worried about the Macans. Maybe Candance Owens was hired by Big Mike to take the heat off her penile to focus on Macron's penile. It gotta be. It has to be. That's my conclusion. Because why wouldn't you focus on Michelle Robinson's penile and go always to France to focus on Bridget McConnell micro penis? She skipped the biggest penis to talk about the micro penis. And you wonder why you call these motherfuckers a panicking out this bitch. Now we are going to get into the Hodge twins. Speaking of the Hodge twins, but she knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. And you can tell her breasts are augmented. So you got orangutan tits, one tit go that way. Oh shit. She monkey man for real. Monkey man 85 out this bitch. Man, she about to fucking turn into a damn spider. Talking about she knows. Talking about she knows. This is some scary shit. This is the wicked witch of the West, man. And they all deal with some form of transhumanism, whether it be micro or macro. The 6 and the 9. See, in their encoding, 666 means sex, sex, sex. Okay, because these creatures, these beasts, are very sexually deviant, especially Thomas. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at, man? I wish y'all could see my face, but I just got off work, man. I'm over here looking like Scrooge McDuck right now, fam. You gotta wait till I shave my beard. I'm gonna get on cam probably here in a few days once I get a fucking break. But I should bro, where y'all at tonight, man? Where y'all damn motherfucking Democrats at? Y'all gotta explain this shit, y'all. We might be on here for a while, man. Let's keep the show going, y'all. They got a lot of explaining to do, I'll tell you that much. Yes, they do. They got a lot of explaining. Holy moly, no. What y'all call in? Hold on, man. I'm gonna let y'all call in. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. You gotta let this shit marinate, man. Hold on. We gotta let this shit marinate, y'all. We gotta go into we gotta go into some. Hold on. Yeah, they know. They know, y'all. Yeah, they know, man. Look at her. She looking like damn. But like I said, Candance Owens decided to skip class. And that's why I think that's why she did that. Now we are going to the Hodge twins, because the Hodge twins were speaking blasphemy earlier. Where's the video? Oh, here we go. Here we go, right here. Hodge twins got exposed, y'all. Hold on, let's speed his shit up too. I think we no, let me oh, shit too fast. All right.
I did a podcast with the Hodge twins about a few days ago, okay? And it got pretty heated because they got exposed, right? I made them look like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I made them look like the Sambo soldiers that they are. Now, for some reason, people keep on underestimating me.
I count 2 guns, nigga.
And they hit me up. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about? He's like, okay, we're gonna be talking about this. You know, let's get a date. I'm like, bet, right? I'm in LA, they in Vegas. So I spend time, I spend money to come to this podcast. There's me, the Hodge twins, this other black guy, another black guy, and then this Arab, right, the Palestinian. And we're going back and forth, and eventually it's looking bad for them. Now, in my experience, whenever it's looking bad, you usually have someone who tries to come in and save the video. You know, we've seen this before when it's like what's his name, Sam Cedar versus Steven Crowder, and right, they were rushing when they saw it was Sam Cedar. People were rushing.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah,
So they're getting blasted because I'm bringing up data, I'm bringing up facts. They clearly don't understand per capita versus raw numbers.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Because I asked them, hey, can you give me a stat for black people? And they're like, 1350, 13%. I'm like, okay, watch this. Can you give me a stat for white people?
Got it.
Well, if they commit 50% of crime, that means they must commit the other rest, right? Right? They didn't have anything, bro. I'm like, that's the point. That right there. So then I go off listing, hey, well, white men, when it comes to crime, when it comes to per capita, when it comes to larceny, when it comes to trafficking, right, which is what we're dealing with Epstein, when it comes to vandalism, when it comes to embezzlement, when it comes to, right, I'm listing a whole bunch of crimes per capita that are white men, and they're getting upset. Oh, right, when it comes to bestiality, when it comes to, I'm like, oh, what's the bestiality? How many people is that, right? Doesn't matter. The point that I was making is that you're highlighting this one stat, right? And we're not even looking at the exonerations. We're not looking at the false imprisonments. We're not looking at, we're not looking at any of that. The point is they try and make us the face of crime. I'm like, yo, you're looking at one crime. We look at a litany of things, right? And I go and tell them, well, you name me the black person that caused your interest rates to go up. You name me the black person that caused the depression. You name me the black person that caused the recession. You name me a black person that caused your house to be deflated in value. You name me the black person that did that. Then I get them, I'm like, yo, you tell me, because they're just really like losing it. But they're getting slaved, bro. They're getting slaved. That's what's happening, bro. This is light work for me, right? Because both of them, they share a brain cell, okay? They passing the brain cell back and forth so they can talk to me. that's what's going on. I'm I'm not even worried at all. So I asked them, I'm like, yo, can you name me how black racism, because that's what they want to say, oh, everyone's racist. Okay, I was like, can you name me how black racism has negatively impacted white people as a whole?
Got it.
This mofo brings up, well, what about what about this story with the white girl and everything? I'm like, that's anecdotal. This mofo doesn't know what anecdotal means. as God is my witness, bro. I'm talking to actual retards, and that's why I tell them. I was like, this is borderline mental retardation. This mofo doesn't know what per capita means. This other mofo doesn't know what anecdotal means. He's like, I'm telling you, this is proof. I'm like, that's anecdotal, fam. I'm talking about as a whole. He's like, oh, you just see race. I'm like, what do you mean I just see race? This country was founded off of race, right? We look at the 1790 Naturalization Act. Y'all know what that is? No. I'm like, that's what they're spamming right now. How is white men of good stock, right? Good moral character. It wasn't until 1860 or whatever that birthright citizenship came involved. And I'm like, yo, if they had not just been racist, if they had just paused on the racism, we wouldn't have to worry about all the immigrants and everything that's happening. You all said black Americans who are descendants from chattel slaves are now considered citizens, so be it. But that's not what they did, right? They said, well, anyone born here can be a citizen. And you see how Trump is trying to say exactly what they meant it for as, hey, this wasn't supposed to be for everyone, it was supposed to be for them. That's the point that I was making. They didn't like that. Then they're trying to tell me, oh, you're just dealing in the past. You're just dealing in the past, right? Because of racism. So I'm like, okay, you're trying to act like the past doesn't have an impact on the present or the future. And these dingleberries told me no. Now, I did a whole live stream of this after because I was blown away by the stupidity. Because I said, this, I'm dealing with the sea of stupidity. That's what I said. Now, I want you to understand, while I'm giving them this work, we have the Palestinian, the pale white Palestinian who's interjecting, right?
We're gonna go into this other video, and this is in correlation to what I was also referring to on why a lot of people are feeling like they need some type of savior to intervene. Because of what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan, a lot of people are very, very on high alert. It's Dearborn, Michigan. I told y'all that they are trying to make white people African Americans, y'all. Didn't I tell you that? So in Dearborn, Michigan, there's a whole Muslim population going on. A lot of people don't like Muslims, but we showed you that the religions have united, y'all. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. I told y'all that the religions have united Islam, Christ, and Allah. And we broke down what lamb means. This lamb is a alien deity, okay? And guess what? This deity is tied to Aleister Crowleyism. Now let me show you who lamb is. This is a whole movement. Now, let me show you who lamb, and this is also a damn lab too. It's also a damn lab. Lamb is also this big head alien deity. This is Lamb. Aleister Crowley used to worship this deity. Now, Lamb and Christ Lamb, these are the same gods right here. Now, if you look up Lamb, but Lamb is also Yaqub. Lamb is also Yaqub. Now, let's type in Yaqub. Because Yaqub got a big head and he's a scientist like Lamb. And Yaqub is Jacob. Yaqub is Jacob, and this is the black version, because the black Hebrew Israelites, they got their version of Christ, and they got their version of the Lamb, but Lamb is a sacrificial deity that allegedly created the right white race. That's what they say. And guess what? When this deity is ready to exterminate his program, you see these articles come out all of a sudden, and then you have the Jeffrey Epstein IVF coming out. And guess what? These scientists, these big head scientists, and the reason why we say Jeffrey Epstein's head, see, the thing is, we had an episode, one of his victims said that when Jeffrey Epstein raped her, his head got real big. They said his head blew up like Pennywise, y'all. Go to the go. I think we did it like a year ago. We did it like a year ago. I said, "What the hell?" And we tied it in with Pennywise, how his head swelled up like a damn balloon. And then I said, "Damn." We pull up the big head scientist. His head is swelled up like a damn balloon. And then we come over to this entity right here. His head is swelled up like a. Why are all these entities' heads swelled up like elongate out this bitch? Somebody tell me if I ain't tripping or not. Huh? Because these people got the same heads as an ancient pharaoh and the Dagon fish hats. And if you were seen with this big head, they would try to kill you. They would try to. This is why they gotta wear these damn headdresses right here. Because if they take this off and they expose that fucking dome, they go have a damn chip in their head, and they said fucking don't take the chip, but you go take it anyway. You go take it. 2020, people took the chip, right? Now, once you take the chip, there's different versions of it. It affects people in different ways. So if you take the chip, or what we call an injection, or an inoculation, that fucks with your immune system, and now you got to take another pill, and now you got to take another pill. And this is why Yakub is a scientist, because he deals with the Zionist institutions across the world. Okay? Is this real life? Yes, it is. Is there anything you can do to stop it? No, because it's been written, family. It's been written. Don't y'all read the Bible? Do y'all not watch these movies and sync them with real life? Are you just now waking up to reality? But this this religion has been a merger. Islam is a Christian expression form of Islam. Why do you think Mandami and Trump get along so fine? Because behind the scenes, it's one world religion. But to the peasant class, it's a clashing of the gods. Now I've seen one person bring up uh, the Islamic religion, but they all under Abraham. They are under Brahma or the Abrahamic faith, the Amma Brahma faith. This is your version of the Trinity and what they call Brahmanism. And they all worship this god, Brahma, in the form of Mother Mary or Christ because she's a fertility god. And this god Brahma also sings to this goddess, the triple goddess. And hold on. Let's pull this up. When you look at the triple goddess, let's pull up the triple goddess logo. Let me see if I can pull up the triple goddess logo. And if you look at the triple goddess logo, see Brahma is a form of the triple goddess. The Girl Scout logo. That's the triple goddess right there. And they said don't stick your hand in the cookie jar. What is the jar represent? The the mason jar, the Masonic jar. And this is the guy and you see him sticking his hand in the cookie jar, family. I don't think y'all ready for these down. A lot of people don't get these downloads. Okay, this is the symbol of Atonism, and you see, he's raising the two pills. blue pill, red pill, and he's giving an offering. As you can see, the Girl Scout hands in the triple goddess, and he got his arms out like Brahma, the god Brahma. But Brahma comes in the form of a bull as well, a bull deity, and a fertility deity, because this Brahmanism is also based off Maryism. Okay, this is the bridge between the 6 degrees of separation. And this is why the cap is offset off the pyramid as well. Or what they call the 6 degrees of separation. 666. CERN. And this is what CERN is. CERN technology is not to communicate with the living. CERN technology is to communicate with the dead, family. Yeah, this is what the Book of Enoch was all about. Trying to leave the simulation like Christ, raise up out of hell through the triple goddess, through the mother, family. Now, there's more than one Mary. Mary Magdalene. There's a few Marys. Okay? But guess what? Mary is also a form of a bull, or who they call Hathor, a bull goddess, or a cow goddess. And the cow is the cow god, Baal. Baal is also a horn deity. And when you're dealing with sexually deviant characters, when you radicalize, you get the horny goat. The horn. These people look, and these Hollywood entities, they still worship this religion, the horny goat. Yeah, they call him Pan because they deal with Peter. Peter is the penis, and who's Pinocchio? See, the thing is, who is Pinocchio? The people on these strings, fam. And as you can see, there's the cross right there. That's the Jesus Christ cross. But who's holding the hands? Who's what did I tell y'all? The oldest form of God is a fucking hand. With an all-seeing eye in the middle of it. Like goddamn Cyclops out this bitch. Or what we call the eye of Horus. That's who Cyclops is. That's who this all-seeing eye is. That is the damn light coming from the damn UFO. And that's also Jesus Christ leaving assimilation, going through the hand of the God. This is why they said the disciples poked through Jesus' hands right here. And this is why Moloch has holes in his hands, like Christ had holes in his hands. Freeze. Why do they say freeze? Because they're dealing with time. Moloch is the god of time, or who they call Saturn, or Satan, Shaitan. But he's also offering something because those are where the 2 pills go. The 2 pills go in his hand, y'all. You see? Not here to scare y'all or anything. Just trying to tell y'all the esoteric knowledge of the simulation. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of people are crashing out. And I don't think they could gain their individuality back. Candance Owens has completely lost her mind. And I'm expecting in the near future, we will see an article. And it's not going to be good, y'all. So if you want to pray for Candace, you might be cursed. Because pray means You're preying on somebody. You're wishing something bad will happen to that person. You are preying on them. Why are you preying on them? Because subconsciously, you pushed her out the door. Especially if you're a fan. She's about to exit the simulation. Episode sponsored by Frogman 17 Visuals and Mar-a-Lago Red Theater. All right, guys.
Was receiving a diabetic treatment here when he allegedly sprayed blood into the eyes of 2 hospital employees. It's unclear whether the blood sprayed is Gilchrist's or not, but the arrest warrant says the 2 hospital employees were caused physical injuries, including irritation and exposure to HIV. It's unclear whether those employees contracted HIV through this incident.
Yeah! Mr. Trump-tastic, shuffle then you slide your feet. I'm not playing games, disappear like it's hide and seek. Mr. Trump-tastic, shuffle then you slide your feet. David Blaine, Copperfield, I'm popping out your top hat. Bees on your head, I'm saying I'm surfing on a Star Trek. Magic carpet ride, now I feel like Aladdin. I hit my parlay, now I'm headed down to Sack Smith, the Steel Dossier. Peter Struck, now it's Jack Smith, the Steel Dossier. Had him doing backflips, I threw the bait out, and I think I caught it catfish. Yes, I'm outstanding. Yes, I'm outstanding. The Mexicans vote for me, and I don't speak Spanish. Election fraud had the whole DC in panic. Mr. Trump-tastic, Mr. Trump-tastic. Martial law coming and you don't even understand it. I caught the deep state, and what's one just landed? Election court cases, I had to plead the fifth. Yeah, Congress going to hell, nigga. So is Adam Schiff. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky flow, and I think I pulled a hat trick. How I flipped the game, had me doing backflips. Yo, stop the fracking. Yo, stop the fracking. Gas prices had all the Trump heads snapping. Arrested executions, man, they already happy. Teriyaki flow, and I like my chicken black. And performing at the White House, I'm dancing at the tavern. Billie Jean jacket had me feeling like the Jacksons. Throw them in the trash, wipe them down with a throwaway. Chopper shoot from long range, I call that bitch Golden State. War room ready, and I feel like Steve Bannon. Never had a brother chopper singing like the Hansons. Lock me up, throw away the key. I call that hibernation, supersonic flow. Sean Kemp, now I'm Gary Payton. Yeah, I'm so sick, and I threw away my doctor note. How I live in color had me changing like kaleidoscope. Beanie, Vici, then I told you where to hide it though. Holy Jesus Christ, I'm going nutty like the cashews. Had to preach the word like I'm Paul. Look at Matthew, Mark of the beat, same color as the tattoo.